This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to discuss about the execution process for our automation tool. So this is the framework or execution process, how we are going to execute our test. So first we have one configuration file. So where we will write basic test or functional test, regression test, performance or ingestion test suites, custom validations, all those type of configurations we will keep in this configuration file. It could be any kind of .config file or ini file based on your suitability. Now when this configuration file is created, then our framework will, then you will try to hit the program or the test suite. In that case, unified test platform, you will hit it, and once it will start, then it will try to identify the test, like how many tests you are going to execute in that config file. Let's say you have around 5 test suite, functional, regression, basics, and there are 2 ingestion test suites that you are going to execute. So our identify test, this part will try to identify how many tests that you have. Then one by one it will try to select the test and it will send it to the execution engine. So it could be a Python based program where you can hit the SQL server and try to execute the SQL queries, or it could be Spark based. It could be like Scala or PySpark, or it could be Hive or any other execution engine on big data platform or ETL platform. So all the tests will be prepared. So once this is identified the test, then automatically your test cases will be created. So in between there could be a lot of not lot of, there are few steps will be performed. One is whatever the configuration parameters that you have passed, whether it is all are valid or not. Is there any invalid configuration parameters or not, are there or not? Then it will try to build the queries based on your configuration. So let's say first one it pick, like it's a functional test, and it will try to check what is the functional logics and all, and then it will build the queries and it will start executing the queries. Once this is done, then it will create a HTML file where you will get the summary reports. In that reports, mostly you will get environment details, like in which environment you are executing the test. Then there are summary, like how many test cases are passed, failed, total number of test cases, and any syntax error on the test or not. So it will try to identify, and then it will give you result will have, these are the few things it will have, like there could be few mandatory queries like source count, target count, then grain match, then left outer join, right outer join. Like mostly I will say this is the missing records in the source or missing record in the targets. Then source duplicate counts, target duplicates counts based on the grains, and then row duplicates counts, like source row duplicate counts and target row duplicates counts. These are the few mandatory test cases for each and every test suite it will perform. Apart from that, column level, like then you will have the column level, each columns it will try to validate, like suppose you in your source or in your target files or table you might have 10 columns, so each 10 columns it will validate. And then there could be certain level of checks also that is not included here, like suppose in your source there could be 10 columns and in your target there could be 12 columns. Okay, so when you will compare source versus target, you might have 2 extra columns that sometimes people might miss. So we will identify those columns also that is not validated as well. Okay, after that, this is a summary level scenario, like total number of test cases, past test cases, failed test cases, and even there could be when you are writing some kind of test cases due to environment or due to some other reason, there could be issues while you are trying to execute those queries or test cases. That time there could be possibility or chances for syntax error. That also we will highlight it. Okay, so this contains the HTML reports, and after that, and also this HTML report is created and it will trigger to your email. So suppose you might have some emails. If you don't have emails, it will store into some particular location, you will give it. If you have some email configuration, you might configure that one also, and then this execution framework will send this HTML report to your email address also. After that, this HTML report, once this is done, then it will try to check whether all the test cases are passed or whether all test suites are executed or not. If it all executed, then it will go for exit. But if not, it will go to the, again it will try to identify next test, and then it will go for the execution engine. Then it will create queries, execute queries, then it will create your HTML reports, and then it will check again. This checks will happen, and then it will execute. So this is the architectural execution process. Now we have to build, or we have to check how the config looks like, then how to identify the test, what are the sanity basically we are going to check, then how to build the queries. So those kind of implementation we will do slowly. So that's all for today. So this is the architectural part. Hope you liked it. If you have any queries and concerns, you can reach out to me. Thanks for watching.